Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cole, and in today's video we're going to be building the Toyota Camry out of Lego. And as you know, it's probably kind of a more different car than we have built on the channel before compared to like some of the previous cars that we built. But I think it's going to be fun, so let's get going. Before we start this video, if you would like to support the channel a bit, or build this model, or do both, you can buy the instructions for this model from my website at the link in the description below. Alright, so I've actually already designed the Toyota Camry model in Studio. Here, as you can see, if you like to download Studio, it's like a free thing in which you can just build with whatever bricks you want, and you can just build stuff. And this is where I'm designing quite a few of my models before I build them. And yeah, it's kind of fun to mess around with. So I'll link to it down below, but I've already designed the Camry here, as you can see. We also have some parts which were intended for something else that I ordered, but they'll work pretty well for this. So we're going to open these up, and then we're going to get building. Alright, so there we have all the parts. So this is for more than one model originally, so not all these parts will be used today. But yeah, I guess we're just going to start building. And I'll kind of tell you guys what we're doing as we build, show you guys the techniques that I'm using and stuff. But yeah, we'll start with the chassis for now. So you're probably wondering, why a Camry? Now, there are a couple of reasons. Originally this project was going to be for a friend, and eventually it just kind of turned into my own project, just building a Camry, because at first I thought, oh well, it's kind of cool to build something different because I enjoy building sedans, and honestly sometimes more boring cars are honestly tougher to build or more challenging, so I decided, yeah, let's try this, and so we went with the Camry, and that is why we're here today building the Camry. Okay, so here we have the finished kind of chassis of the Camry. It's not entirely connected yet, but it's a pretty simple chassis. I thought I'd show you guys because we're this far in building it. So it's basically two Speed Champions like wheel connectors, and then we have the actual 4x10 plate, I think this is, and then you have these plates that are half plate, half tile to make that nice lip on the edge. We have a little bit of the sides done, a little bit of the interior done. You can see the seats there, and yeah, it's kind of coming along rather nicely, so I will continue building. Okay, so now we finished a good deal more of the model itself, so I thought I would kind of show you guys around it a little bit more. So in the front, we have most of the front finished. I know right now it looks kind of weird, but once we straighten everything out and finish it off, I think it'll look quite good. So as you can see for the front bumper, we have the intakes on the sides, basically using wedge plates, a tile on the side, and then a slope that's been angled with one of those really handy 1x1 round plates with a bar. Then above this, we have some corner tiles, which are attached to a bar with a clip on the end, which is angled right there. And for the Toyota badge, we have this pneumatic T-piece, which looks like the Toyota badge, and the headlights are just wedge tiles. I think it looks quite good. The sides are also kind of, well, I think they're about where we left off last time. We have a bit of the interior now, so as you can see, we have two seats. We're going for a gray interior for something, you know, it's a little contrast. Two seats, center console, steering wheel, and then the rear seat is kind of work in progress. And then around the rear, we have a very interesting bumper technique, which is just using a lot of offset building. We have the exhaust, and then kind of what, I guess, sort of a diffuser, you might call it. I'm not entirely sure what you would call that. You have like the reverse lights down here. So yeah, I guess that's it for this current stage of assembly. And now I guess we can basically finish the model, and then we will show you guys the finished model. So let's get back to work. So that is the build for the Toyota Camry. And so now we'll go over to the design of the model and some of the features. So this is probably one of my models that's actually closer to an official Lego set, considering it's pretty sturdy. There are a couple things that could be like more sturdy, and then it would be more like an official Lego set. But for as far as my models go, this is probably as close as it's going to get. So in the front, we have the finished front grille. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really good. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed with is that the Toyota badge is kind of deep in there. I'm not really sure how we could fix that. I might come up with something in the future or not. We'll have to see how that goes. Otherwise, I'm really happy with all these kind of crazy angles going on for the grille and stuff. And yeah, I think that turned out really well. Then moving on to the side, also quite happy how this turned out, but extremely simple technique, or extremely simple design, I guess, just using, you know, some slopes and some curved slopes and some brackets to get these sideways facing slopes, nothing too crazy, pretty relatively simple stuff, I guess. And yeah, I think it turned out quite nicely. Around the rear, also pretty happy with this. I don't think this is as recognizable as the front is. I think it still works fine because it looks really good. And it's pretty recognizable, but not as recognizable, something like that. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it as well. There's some interesting techniques going on, which I was kind of happy I was able to actually make work. Then the interior is actually quite nice for one of my models, considering we have full interior. I think the gray actually looks really good, considering it's a nice contrast, even though it's not the most interesting interior color. You have the front individual seats, you have the rear kind of bench seat. The roof is actually like on a half plate height increase with brackets, which I think makes it look a lot better, like not too high and not too low. And because of that, there is this need for this kind of pillar in the middle of the rear seat. Now, you can't really see this from the outside, and this model doesn't fit minifigures, so there's not really any disadvantage to that. But if you didn't want the pillar there, you could take it out. It would be fine, but it would make the roof a bit less sturdy. And yeah, I guess that is it for this video and this model overview. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A different kind of model, but something that I enjoyed doing, you know, because we like to do different things here. So yeah, expect more normal car content in the future, as well as more supercar and exotic content and all the normal stuff that we usually do. Like I said, if you want to support the channel a bit, you can go buy the instructions for this model at the link in the description below. You can also follow my Instagram there as well. And you can join the Lego car building Discord server to show off your Lego cars or just talk cars or whatever, and I'll link that down below as well. And yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.